Hello, everybody. My name is Jupiter Climb, and I will be commentating this losers bracket match between Grady and Vlad. I think we're just a few seconds away here. Both of the runners are about to ready up. Okay, my apologies for the delay. But I believe we are all good to go here, so I'm going to let the runners know. And we'll get started momentarily. Okay, so as I mentioned before, this is a loser's bracket match between Vlado and Grady. Should be a good one. We do have 2 matches scheduled between these runners back to back. This is a best 2 out of 3, so if one of the 2 competitors can take both, we'll have a decisive outcome. Otherwise, game 3 will be scheduled for later. So let's see what's in the shop today. Dracula's tunic's good. Shadow Knight stands out to me a little bit. So this is a shop sanity randomizer, so both of our competitors will have to make decisions about what to pick up and what to leave behind. Looks like Vlado picked up Shadow Knight and the Dracula's tunic, along with a Whip Knuckle. Now, Whip Knuckle's not great, but having even a lower tier weapon is better than just using your fist. So Malphus is going to be our first progression here. And it looks like we have Arena to the left of the starting location. That's actually a pretty good spot for it, I find. It's easy to come back later when you're a little bit better equipped and knock out the Arena pretty soon. So we'll see if either runner gambles on an early Arena a little bit later on. Meanwhile, a little bit of a divergence here. Grady is going back. There are a few checks at the start that are double jump locked. And if there's something good here, this is a conservative play, but if it works out, it could be big. Meanwhile, Vlado making quick work of Creaking Skull. Nice combo with the Shadow Knight. So Vlado taking a more aggressive route here, skipping the beginning checks and skipping the checks at the bottom of the room after Creaking Skull. There are a couple down there. Okay, interesting. So Grady finds the first book. What do we got? Golem from Allura Une. Okay, now Allura Une is one of the very worst enemies to try and farm against, so I expect both runners are going to just try and find that naturally in one of the canisters. Meanwhile, Vlado gets backdash, and this is actually quite an advantage for Vlado. Vlado is a really great Aria speedrunner, and as you can see, these backdash cancels are pretty quick. They're a little bit faster than just walking forward normally. So we see a blue canister on Grady's side. Looks like unable to get at the moment. But that's interesting though, that could be something good, like Black Panther or maybe early Giant Bat. Could also be a decoy or a required blue. Okay, book number 2. Imp from Une. Alright, so very quick find on those first 2 books. those who are watching this randomizer for the first time, the objective here is to get the true ending. That is done by finding 3 required souls, 1 red, 1 blue, 1 yellow, and equipping them before the Graham fight. So Grady opting to use Siren and Katana. Creaking Skull, also very quick fight. And you can see Vlado's getting some really nice mileage out of that Altair Soul. Something I particularly love about the Aria of Sorrow randomizer is the way runners can express themselves by using different soul combinations. Aria's got a lot of good ones, and there are a bunch of different situations to take advantage of each. So Altair is great for clearing rooms. It can go a little bit faster than Soma. So let's see, anything down here on Grady's side? Just some money. If Vlado's gonna reset out. A question in chat, what's that sword up there? So you saw that 1 tile check near the ceiling on Vlado's side. That is the Great Sword. Unfortunately not so good, so even if our runners do find that, I doubt they'll come back for it. On the other hand, we do need to find a decent weapon still. The seed has been a little bit stingy so far with the weapons. Backdash for Grady. So now it looks like Vlado's going to come back and do those checks Grady did earlier. And Vlado does have a way with Altair to break open the blue canister. This could be huge. Let's see what it is. Black Panther, I can't believe it. That is killer for Grady. Alright. Looks like we got a zip seed here. So yeah, Black Panther, as you can see, it's the premier movement soul for Aria. Dramatically increases movement speed. Hopefully Grady comes back sooner rather than later to check that out. Alright, so Vlado finds Chapel. And Skula, very nice. I tend to like finding Chapel a little bit earlier. There are a lot of quick and easy checks to do in this area. Alright, Elfin Robe. Great piece of armor. The second best into boosting piece of armor in the game, actually. And I know that Vlado is a big fan of the Rush Souls, so I'm sure we'll see that used a little bit later on. Alright, so what's the strat for Manticore? Punchin'? Alright, that worked well enough. Now, does Vlado know about the sequence break you can do here? Alright, so what's something I recommend for all runners is if you get in that situation where you have Panther plus double jump and you're in the Manticore fight, you can actually go up before going into this room. And that will allow you to do this check up here without having to worry about the enemies. A little bit easier that way. And see, that's the downside. Super easy to get juggled. Kicker skeleton for Vlado. That can actually be quite useful in combination with Panther as you're kind of zipping around. You can dive kick off enemies to keep your momentum going. So it looks like Vlado's actually going to just skip the top chapel check. And that's fine, there's a warp point right there, so it's very easy to come back later. But Vlado finds top floor, which is huge. This is actually a great location for it. And study, which is unfortunately inaccessible at the moment. No slide and no giant bat. Alright, so now Vlado's gonna go ahead and opt to check this. I think that makes sense. Blue canister. Bone pillar. Okay. Nothing too important. And so Vlado's got a lot of options now. Vlado could elect to go to the arena right away. Could also elect to keep exploring. The downside about going to arena is one of the checks there is slide locked. It could be a gamble. Opts to save it for later though. Instead, it looks like we're gonna just finish exploring inner quarters. Now, just to highlight something very quickly, you can see that Grady had a slightly more conservative route at the start, but has since taken a very similar route to Vlado. But look at the difference between how each of our runners have progressed so far. That really goes to show you just how significant Panther is. Vlado's already saved minutes by finding it early. Alright, so Blore is a tough fight, especially when Soma's at a low level. And still no good weapons. Shadow Knight's a good call here, but... I gotta say, that damage is better than I expected. Dracula's Tunic is really helping out here. Yeah, Balor is a late game fight in the vanilla game, and deals a lot of damage. So Vlad will have to be careful here. Now, the good news is, while this fight will take a while, it'll give Vlad straight up like 10 levels after it's over. So at that point, in combination with the Tunic, I think he'll be feeling pretty good stats-wise. Also, I'm not sure about the last place that Vlado saved. I think it was way back in Chapel. Any healing? Oh, we got some healing at least. That's good. Kinda close. Oh, that was so close. Alright. We're approaching phase 2, and I think once Vlado survives phase 1, this fight will be fine, but... Yeah, there we go. We should be good now. These lasers are very strong, but fairly easy to dodge. The double jump, at least. Alright. Nice fight. Skull Million. That's a pretty good red soul, actually. I wonder if Vlado will give that a try. Okay, so Vlado finds the required blue soul, the imp soul. So we're 1 for 3 now. Okay, so here in Dance Hall, Vlado is really going to be looking for either Giant Bat or Slide. Otherwise, he'll have to take the warp and go somewhere else. There is a slide-locked exit check. Oh, hang on. Book number 1. Alright, so 16 minutes in, we have all the knowledge we need. Nightmare. And that was at the very start of the castle, so our runners are now 2 for 3. All they need is, I believe it was Golem, the yellow soul. They'll need that and some form of flight, and all of a sudden it could be go mode pretty soon here. Oh, Manticore. Very nice find. Or Vlado. Already putting it to good use. This is the best soul in the game. Okay, there's Giant Bat for Vlado. Just what he was looking for. So now he'll be able to do that other exit check, and can also go back to top floor whenever. All we need is Golem. All we need is Golem. And Vlado's also going to find the Gardens area. Then we'll actually be ready to beat the seed. This is a crazy fast seed so far. Very nice. I know that Vlado's been practicing those Manticore strats on Great Armor. Well done. Meanwhile, I'm not sure. It looks like Grady is having second thoughts about routing. Could have taken the warp back, but is instead electing to just head to the left. I see, gonna go ahead and explore inner quarters from here. Okay, so back to the start now. Vlado's gonna head down. I think this makes sense. There's one check down here. He'll get along the way. There's still plenty of castle left to explore. But I'm curious if Vlado wants to make the ambitious move of either doing arena early or doing top floor early. There's also a Skula-locked area check right down here. Yeah, it looks like that's where we're going. Okay, actually we're going up first. Okay, other side is study. Meanwhile, looking at Grady's side of the screen, I'm wondering how he'll choose to fight Valor. Again, very tough fight, and this has not been the best seed for equipment. Looks like Katana. This is gonna be rough here. Gotta heal up. Grady unfortunately taking a death here. Let's see where the most recent save was. Alright, so not too bad. Losing a few minutes, but could have been worse. Basilisk, notoriously a bad yellow soul. Not the one Vlado wants. Alright, so Vlado using Manticore here. This is one of the best ways to deal with Big Golem. And just like that, it's over. Well played. Not much for it, though. Alright, so study was a bit of a bust. That happens sometimes. This is perfect now because you can... Oh, well. Oh, never mind. So Vlado is electing to loop around and do top floor. I think this makes a lot of sense. Save on the backtracking a bit. Trying to get around these lubricant enemies is very difficult, especially without Hippogriff. So yeah, top floor does have a pretty good number of checks. This is also where we find the pseudo final boss, who it's required to get to top floor at some point. Dane's Love, hey, that's a good weapon. Nice. So Vlado finally getting a top tier piece of equipment. It's not quite good enough to carry him the rest of the game, but they'll help out a lot up until Chaos. So yeah, all Vlado's looking for is Golem, and then he'll be good to go. Well, that's convenient. So Garden right next to top floor. Very good luck here for Vlado. So as soon as he defeats Graham with all 3 souls, he'll be able to just head right here to go fight Julius. Alright, so meanwhile, on Grady's side, let's see where this check leaves. Okay, nice. So, other side of Garden. That's where Vlado's about to end up. Okay, Hrunting's pretty good. Yeah, I would put that on. Hrunting is a really quality mid-game sword that auto-cancels and has a great hitbox. Alright, so where next for Vlado? Lots of good choices here. Depending on how lucky Vlado gets with the Yellow Soul search, this seed could be anywhere from an hour to maybe even like sub 45 minutes. He's on great pace at the moment. He finds a reservoir. Lots of checks here, which is good, but hang on. No way. Oh, let's go! Vlado's in go mode. I'm a little surprised he's continuing to explore, actually. He might be just doing additional checks for weapons, because actually all he needs at this point is a better weapon. But yeah, Vlado is in go mode. Crazy seed. Oh my god, Death's Robe, are you kidding me? So weapons have not been so good really, but armor has been A+. Dracula's Tunic and Death's Robe. I think Vlado will actually prefer to find and have Death's Robe. It's a little bit better overall if you're talking about increasing your magic. Gremlin, meanwhile, is not good at all. In fact, it's completely useless. Here's a little fun fact. The luck stat in Aria does not work. It does not work at all. So whether you're playing a randomizer or just playing casually, ignore that stat altogether. It's not worth worrying about. Now, the yellow book was at the very start. I believe that Vlado did pick that up. Not getting the Death Robe, I'm surprised. I'm very surprised, actually. So it looks like Vlado's going to prefer the higher defense. I think it's slightly higher defense and greater strength of the Dracula Tunic. I don't know, that Death Robe is very, very good. Interesting. Meanwhile, Grady finding the dead end top floor, unfortunately. And unfortunately, that does not work. It looks like it could just barely work. Maybe you can hit the wrecking ball through the other side of the wall. No, it's totally stationary unless you enter the room from the other side. You could glitch through the wall if you wanted. This is a glitchless rule set for this tournament, so no dice. Flesh Golem's actually not a bad pickup at this point. I know that Vlado has at least one piece of rotten food, which is good, so that's extra healing for later. So I am not sure about Vlado's thought process at the moment. I'm getting the greatsword, huh? Interesting. Not so good, though. Now, I will say that sprite looks very, very similar to the Daneslef weapon sprite. Not the Daneslef, the Durandal weapon sprite. And that's a very good sword. That might have been what he was expecting there. Okay, and Forbidden. So yeah, I'm guessing that Vlado's thought process right now is just looking for a better weapon, that's it. Because I feel like he's good to go otherwise. A question from chat, are we sure that we've seen Vlado get book 3? Apparently, we did. According to another comment in chat, but I'm starting to think maybe not. If that's the case, that could be interesting. Because there's a lot of castle left to explore. As a reminder, the yellow book was right at the very start, in the opening room. So if Vlado just forgot to do that check, that could be significant. Okay, so yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned now. So for Vlado, real hope is going to be finding a duplicate. There's a 50-50 shot that a duplicate yellow book will be placed somewhere else in the castle. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of exploring here, all for that one missed check, which is a little unfortunate. Still, though, Vlado has a incredible lead right now. I would say at least 15 minutes, maybe more. A vanilla death for Vlado. I see some Manticore here. That's phase 1. Very good. Okay. Galamoth for Vlada. The reason I'm a bit concerned is, Aria is a pretty complicated game to play. It's got a lot of checks, and especially with the Aria randomizer like we have on for this tournament, it's very easy to get mixed around. So if you forget a check, there might be a temptation to do a full castle clear for revisiting things you've already thought you've picked up. I'm kind of imagining a possible worst case scenario where Vlado does the full castle, doesn't find a duplicate, and then has to backtrack and do other checks that he thought he already did. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. That has come up in races in the past. And yeah, speaking of Aria Randomizer, let me quickly mention this is a new Aria Sora Randomizer that we're using, developed by Fuse, who is actually in chat today. It's very, very good. It's still being worked on, but it's got all kinds of crazy new features and quality of life improvements. A lot of fun to play. In fact, I'll go ahead and post it in the chat for those who are interested in trying it themselves. Right, so I think Grady, if he remembers to go back and get that blue canister, is finally going to get Panther. That'll be very helpful. Okay, that's bad news for Grady, unfortunately. You know, I feel like this this room right here that Vlado's on is another pretty good candidate for worst room in the game. Even with this really good set of armor and equipment, it's tough to deal with. But from here, I expect Vlado's going to head up and do some of the waterfall checks. Again, at this point, we're hoping either for a yellow book duplicate or that Vlado remembers to do the check at the very start, which I think is a little less likely. Again, once you've overlooked a check, it's very tough to remember it. So yeah, at this point, I think Grady is forced to either go to the arena or to go fight Balor. So not an easy seed. In fact, I think Vlado might be heading to the arena as well. Here we go! Here we go! Nice! Vlado gets it. There it is. So yeah, Vlado did not come here the first time, but does remember. Very impressive, honestly. When I'm in those situations, I just get totally disoriented. It's like, you know, which of the hundreds of checks did I forget to pick up? But Vlado remembered. Now he is officially in go mode. The crazy thing is, Vlado's played this so well, he's still on sub-hour pace. Let's see, what do we get in the shop here? Lots of money. Prices are shuffled, so not a whole lot. I think we're going to stick with the swords we have, and I think we'll see a lot of Manticore use from Vlado in the final few fights. Alright, so this I also don't really understand. So again, our 3 required souls for this seed, it's the Nightmare Red Soul, the Imp Blue Soul, and the Golem Yellow Soul. I'm pretty sure the Vlado has all 3. Question in chat about where Nightmare was. Nightmare's at the very, very start, in that room with the merman at the bottom and the save point. It's the top check there. Alright, so Vlado here using a very subtle pro strat. If you're going to use Rush Souls on Headhunter, it's a little bit better, barely, to use Devil over Manticore because of Headhunter's elemental weaknesses. So this is optimal. Oh, Rune Ring, hang on now. Rune Ring is going to be huge. Still no top tier weapon for Vlado, but this is going to make a big difference. I'm seeing a lot more Manticore in the end game now. Hippogriff also very nice for Vlado. So a pretty stacked arena, actually. And yeah, someone in chat called this earlier. Flying armor was indeed in the arena. Tough. So because Grady has not gotten Panther out of Logic, he might be forced to head to the arena and get that check. Won't matter too much. Vlado's got a commanding lead at this point. So what are we getting here in the shop? Some healing, good. Anything else? Oh, lubricants, hang on. Good pickup for Vlado. Lubricants is a soul often used in speedruns that will increase your damage output as your HP is lowered. So it looks like Vlado was just kind of clearing out arena to get some stuff, and I gotta say, it did pay off. Hippogriff is great. Or actually, maybe not. So Nightmare was right at the very start. I'm not sure if he has it. He's still doing checks, which leads me to believe that no, he does not. Also gotta heal up here. This is really risky for no reason. That would have been a death right there. Oh my god. Vlado is playing on the edge. Why? He just bought a bunch of healing. Oh my god. Alright. Crisis over. It looks like Vlado's just gonna farm it. So yeah, I think the story of this seed for Vlado, it was really outstandingly well played. Vlado was on sub 45-minute pace, but there were 2 missed checks, both at the very start. It cost a good 15 minutes or so, which is too bad. Yeah, he's still gonna comfortably win this race. Very well earned, I think. Also, hey look, a bonus Arc Demon. It's nice. One of the better yellows. There it is, okay. Vlado now truly 100%, I'm not lying this time, in go mode. So I think Vlado's best sword at this point is the Daneslef. A little bit awkward to use it on Graham because you have to backdash cancel, but it is theoretically optimal. I'd also choose to just stick with Rahab, which is a much more straightforward option. Let's see. Gungnir, interesting choice. Yeah, because Vlado's got lubricants, I don't think he minds this damage at all. Already on the phase 2. Crazy good Manticore damage. Gotta be a little careful here, though. Meanwhile, Grady using the Forbidden Bestiary strat. Not sure I've seen this one before. Okay, there's phase 1. Very close now for Vlado. Okay, clean phase 2. Hey look, another map. So yeah, now for Vlado, we're going to be moving on to Julius and then to Chaos, and he'll be done pretty soon here. I think Vlado's on like 105 pace, which is a great time. I think the average for the randomizer is kind of between 80 and 90 minutes. It's a very quick seed here for Vlado. So Vlado using some classic speedrun strats here. Arc Demon plus Manticore. Any hit you have with Arc Demon on is gonna pretty much fully restore your MP on this fight. Gotta be careful though, yeah. Oh, Julius, come on. Not cooperating for Vlado here. Oh, gotta be careful. One hit away. Okay, good. Catches it. Nice. Okay, good fight for Vlado. Oh, Julius gets the cross in for good measure, but yeah, that fight's tough. And pretty speedy. Good use of Manticore plus Arc Demon. Alright, so final area of the game for Vlado. This is where having that extra Hippogriff pickup really helps. It's gonna save probably like a good minute in movement alone in this one area. Hey look, it's Undine. I might as well update the tracker, I guess. That's so helpful now. As a reminder, as soon as this match has concluded, we'll be having another match between these two competitors. Soon afterwards, we'll probably take a 5 or 10 minute break, but basically 2 matches back to back today, so do stick around. Here we go. So Chaos, tough fight of course for Randomizer. Vlado has a lot of good strats here. I expect a lot of Manticore phase 2. What are we gonna do phase 1? Gungnir, okay, I like this. All 3 of these statues have 0 defense, so the multi-hit weapons like Gungnir are particularly effective here. Alright, is Vlado gonna go for some crazy lubricant strat here? That would be hype. 9 HP, it could happen. Let's go! Oh, baby, 438 a hit. Alright, now you should heal up. No? Still not healing up. This is the essence of risk-reward right here. And now we're healing up. That was impressive. Very nice strat. Not a lot of MP healing items for Vlado, but Arc Demon is more than enough. Once again, one hit and a full MP bar. Oh, gotta be careful. So one more Super Potion, that's it. I think Vlado's gonna go ahead and clean up here pretty soon. That hurts. Still alive. Nice. Very good. Clutch fight for Vlado. GG. Final time of 1 hour and 2 minutes. So I think overall Vlado played that exceptionally well. Some very creative and efficient boss strats down the stretch. And I think some hype moments. But see, I think we're gonna call it there. And we'll be back in a few minutes for match number 2. So stay tuned. Okay, and we are back for round number 2. We go ahead and make sure the runners are ready. We also reset the tracker real quick. The countdown has started, and the race will begin soon. Okay, that's kind of an unimpressive shop, I'll be honest. Maybe the worst shop I've ever seen. There's some pretty cheap full heal, which is good. And maybe that katana's good? Yeah, Vlado getting a lot of potato pancakes and a katana. I think that's the right call here. What about Grady? Oh, that's interesting. Grady, hang on. Maybe speaking too soon here. So Grady's actually not going to buy any healing yet. Going to save that money for later. So if Vlado wins this round, he'll be moving on to the next match in the loser's bracket. If Grady can hold on, though, we'll have a round 3 scheduled for probably later this week. An early reservoir. This is interesting. So Vlado did save first, so we can do this check. Oh, a Gunner. And he's going through the waterfall here. That's a point of no return. So yeah, with no armor at all, this area... Oh yeah, that's a death right there. Dryad, yeah, one of the scariest enemies in the game with no armor. You get hit by one of those little bulbs, it's all over. It's alright though. So Vlado knows where that Gungnir's at for later. Meanwhile, Grady going on to fight Creaking Skull. I like that use of the Skull Archer Soul for Grady. Pretty decent considering how cheap it is in terms of the MP. Nice fight. Blue Soul for Grady. Oh my god, another early Panther seed. This tournament's wild. I have seen so many early Panthers. Okay, interesting. So Vlado actually elects to go down here, which he did not do the first time. And that paid off big. Okay, so this time around, both of our runners are going to have early Panther. Where does Grady want to head to first? Going up? Okay. Undine. And slide. So a lot of early progression here. We also see the red book. It's flight locked on the left there. And Gravekeeper for Grady. And Skula, what's going on here? Wild. And hang on, did Vlado find Ancient Book 2? I did not catch that the first time. Well, this is going to open up a huge amount of the castle 4 minutes in. Alright, so Blue Book is final guard. Thank you, chat. So I'm expecting we'll see some kind of route divergence, but Grady electing not to go up to the cow room area. Wow, yet more progression. Kicker skeleton. Can't use that until we get double jump, but... Another gray canister. Oh my god. Look at this tracker for Vlado 5 minutes in. Crazy. So I'm not really sure what's going on with the tracker here. I think we're up to date now. This fight's going to be a little bit tough, actually. Vlado does not have the best gear, but a nice use of Skeleton Archer. Thankfully, there's a save right nearby, so no big deal, but yeah, tough fight. Big Golem's no joke. Meanwhile, I think this works out for Grady, actually, because you can go back to the cow room now, pick up Skula, pick up Slide, and then maybe head to the quarters entrance. Hey, look! Vlado gets Big Golem. Very nice. So Vlado's gonna head down, clear out the rest of Clock Tower, and with Skula he can full clear this area. So where is Grady gonna head to? Again, there are lots of options here. There are like 4 area checks Grady can do. Gotta be a little bit careful about dying here. There's a save coming up. Oh hey look, a duplicate red book. That one will be a little bit easier to get to once our runners have flight. Oh, and book 3. Giant worm, nice. Vlado picked that one up in the clock tower. So you thought that last seed was a zip seed? Here we go, this one might be even faster. Meanwhile, Grady finds Chapel, which I think is a good find early. Lots of checks here. But she's gonna come back later, it looks like. So I like this play from Vlado. Vlado's electing to go ahead and brave the reservoir once again. A little bit scary. That poison doesn't help, but there's a warp point right here, which is super convenient to pick up, and there are a bunch of checks he can do. This is the tougher play, but I think it's also the best play. Hey, look, some armor. That's a pretty good piece of armor. I think Vlado's got 1 or 2 pieces of healing. Yeah, still some potato pancakes left. Oh, black belt for Vlado. One of the 2 best accessories in the game. Nice find. And top floor, the zip seed continues. Can't get up here yet, but good to know where it is. Okay, interesting, interesting. Elfin robe, excellent. Oh, Vlado's got to heal up here, yeah. Catches it. Okay, so Vlado's electing to skip a check. I think there's a plan to do these checks and maybe reset back, then swing around to Eastern Reservoir. That'd be my guess. The lubricant seed. Good find. So Forbidden's a little bit awkward. There are a couple of checks here, but kind of out of the way, and it's a long backtrack. A couple ways Vlado could choose to handle this. Let's see. I like this, just going for it. You can always reset out if you want. Meanwhile, Grady's going to be doing a new area check we haven't seen yet. Let's see what's up here. Hippogriff for Vlado, wow. Great routing. Forbidden already paying off big. Meanwhile, Grady finds the cemetery, which is a dead end. But does have a number of checks here. Oh, interesting. So electing to actually skip the bottom Forbidden check. It's an interesting gamble. I like that one. He already knows where the red book is, right? And even if there is a canister at the bottom of Forbidden, it's always something you can farm instead. So I like this game. I think it's very sensible. Vlado's on like world record pace right now. Another book 3. So we still need Final Guard. I'm not sure what enemy can be farmed for that. Flesh Golem. So Flesh Golem is actually... Oh, meanwhile, Grady taking a death on death. Didn't catch if there was a save beforehand, hopefully so. Yeah, there was. Okay, good. If Vlado can find Killer Mantle, then Flesh Golem's actually going to be a super easy farm. So a possible idea there. Oh, and Grady finds a Soul Eater ring? Honestly, quite a good option in Rando, I think. It makes the farms a lot quicker, obviously. And, you know, random souls you happen to find along the way can be very useful. So yeah, I would just throw that on. Dang, another death for Grady. Yeah, some of these later game areas with bad armor, deaths are, you know, not uncommon. I think Vlado's gonna head back and check book 1 real quick. Skull Archer, yep. Okay, so all Vlado needs is Final Guard, and I think needs to find Garden still. We'll have like a 25-minute go mode here, maybe. A question from chat, do the runners know what souls are required for entering Chaos before the rando? No, they have to learn that over the course of the playthrough. That's why finding the books are so important, because they'll tell the runners what souls they need and what enemy can be farmed to get that soul. It's never required to farm. You can always find the required souls on a canister somewhere, but often farming is a faster strategy. Alright, so Vlado's gonna go ahead and knock out top floor. Death's Robe again. Again! What a seed. Grady finds inner quarters. On the bottom of Castle Corridor. Looks like not a whole lot else up here for Vlado. One more check, or two more checks actually. Here's one. Oh, never mind. Rune Ring, excellent. So we got Death's Robe plus Rune Ring. Still looking for a Rush Soul. Let's see what boss Grady finds here in quarters. Man, it's Balor twice in a row here, huh? Not a good draw. Because once again, you know, the weapon has not been great here. So I think Grady's got a katana. Hopefully something better. Yeah, so Balor's got 4,000 HP. Hopefully Grady opts to come back to this later. Oh yeah, that's right. Grady did pick up the Onikiri here in quarters. Hopefully he switches to that. With Onikiri, this fight's 100% doable. Meanwhile, Vlado gets a giant bat. Nice thing to have, even with Hippogriff. Yeah, I think this call is totally fine. Grady's just gonna come back later. Vlado getting out of there okay. So yeah, still lots of choices left in terms of routing for Vlado. Hasn't gotten lucky so far with that final guard find. And I believe still no Killer Mantle, which would make farming a possibility. So where to now? Ooh, great taking the Death and Clock Tower. Last save was quarters, I think. That's a couple minutes setback. Hey, look, it's Flesh Column. Not quite the one we're looking for here. Yeah, the best spot to farm Flesh Column, responding to chat, there is a room, a secret, well, it's not a secret room, but it's tucked away behind the waterfall. And it's a really small room that just has a check and a Flesh Column, so it's super easy to head in and out. The problem is, Flesh Column is a very bulky enemy. And unless you have Killer Mantle to one-shot it, it's a pretty long farm. It's still an option, I mean, for sure. I think Vlado's call here to just keep looking around makes a lot of sense. Okay, so Vlado gets Soul Eater. Actually, this is a good point. Now that Vlado has Soul Eater, I think Flesh Column farming, even the slow way, is going to be a very attractive option. Oh, I like this use of Flame Demon here from Vlado. That was creative. Not a strat I've seen before, actually. Great fight. Alright, so Golem's a pretty nice pickup. Not quite as good as Lubricant, but... Well, I was about to say they have the Vlado and Grady have now found a Rush Soul. So maybe a Strength build is going to be what they end up with. But just as I'm thinking that, Vlado finds the best Rush Soul in the game in Manticore, so never mind. So now Vlado's got Death's Robe, the Rune Ring to double MP Restoration, and Manticore. I think that death fight was worth it for Manticore alone. So currently we're just waiting on Final Guard. That's the blue soul we need, and then we'll be in go mode. Also, I don't think either Vlado or Grady have found Garden yet. Alright, so here Grady was walled by Valor. I think Vlado's gonna feel... well, Yeah, I think this Onikiri that Vlado's about to pick up is the best weapon choice that either runner has for this fight. So it's not gonna be an easy fight, but... overall, Vlado's got the better gear. Was that a random Burt Gang drop? Hang on. That's a good weapon. That's like an A-tier weapon. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Vlado find Durandal. So, having found Durandal, this is the better choice compared to Bird Gang. It's got a little bit more strength, I believe. No double hits, but that's no issue, really. And once again, I think these Flame Demon uses are very creative. Typically, you want to save it for a boss with a larger hitbox, like Death, like Legion, but if you aim it right, you can see you can still get double or triple hits here against the Balor. Okay, excellent fight from Vlado. Was it all worth it, though? Hey, Dryad's pretty good. One of the better healing souls in the game. Ooh, I thought that might have been it. Just flying armor, though. Okay, Arena for Vlado. So I'd say for Vlado, there are 3 things you're really keeping an eye on as you're doing these arena checks. Number 1, obviously Final Guard. It'll put Vlado into more or less go mode. Number 2, Killer Mantle. That's going to open up the Flesh Golem farming strat. And then number 3, some kind of a better weapon. Durandal is good. Certainly good enough to win with. It's not quite at that upper echelon. Gabolg is not so good, unfortunately. The easy great armor. And a pudding. Nice. Vlado using a not a glitch to get through that wall. That is allowed in the rule set. Alright, time for the worst room in the game. Okay, so Arena's a bust. Where to next, I wonder? Actually, there is one more check, Vlado. Elected to skip the first one. Either route is totally fine. There's one more check up here. Maybe this will be something good. No. Trident is not a very good weapon, actually. Yeah, unfortunately, the spears overall in Aria of Sorrow are just not a good weapon type. The Ronginus spear is pretty solid, but otherwise they're a bit lacking for offense. So Vlado's better off sticking with the Durandal. Alright, is Vlado gonna farm here? I think it's a good play if so. Oh, no need. No need. Nice. So finds Final Guard right next to the farm room. Great timing. And alright, Vlado's ready to go here. 35-minute go mode. Very quick. So Vlado, I think, is going to go ahead and beat up... No, not yet. Oh, Shopping Trip first. And then the last thing to do will be a small little adventure to see if we can find where Garden is. Final sword in the shop. I think we're all set here. You know, Vlado does have a spoiled milk. He could try out some spoiled milk strats. Nah, maybe a little too risky for a race. But it's an idea. So Final Sword is debatably the best sword in the whole game, but it is very tough to use. Vlado doing a nice job already with the backdash canceling. So yeah, Skull Archer, Final Guard, and Giant Worm with the 3 required souls for this race. Not so good, but, you know, Final Sword can handle Grand Fine on its own. Very nice, okay. So where is Garden? The final question of the seed here. I'm pretty sure we have not found it yet. But I don't believe there are too many left, too many area checks left. So I don't think it'll take too long. But this is one of those situations where if you get lucky, you can save minutes. So looking at the map, I don't think we've done 2 of the checks in Castle Corridor, or Flight Locked. That would probably be a good time to check those out. Oh, nice. Wow. Vlado making absolutely the right call, and here we go. Off to Garden, off to Julius. Easy first try. And welcome to all of the raiders from SpeedGaming. We are at the tail end of an Aria of Sorrow race here between Vlado and Grady. Vlado has finished the fake last boss and is onto Julius now. So getting very close to the end here with a great time. Only 41 minutes and already this far in. So Julius, of course, a very tough fight. And a very good song to go along with it. Ooh, Julius not cooperating once again. In my experience, Julius tends to do the invincible backdash a little bit more often when you're using a large overhead swing weapon. If that does happen, a small tip is you can just wait until Julius fully spawns, then attack, and that'll help avoid a long sequence of backdashes. Yeah, like this. Oh my god. Oh my god. That might have been a new record right there. What was that, 8 in a row? Killer. The good thing is Vlado's got plenty of healing here. Gonna help on Chaos as well. Be careful! Oh my god! He's playing on the edge again. 1 HP. That was calculated. It was calculated. Oh man! I gotta say, Vlado really is a crowd pleaser. That was a great fight. Well played and very entertaining. Okay, we're on to the chaotic realm. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this real quick. Please do follow both of these runners here for putting on such a great show. Vlado, as I mentioned earlier, is also a really great Aria speedrunner if you're into that kind of thing. And I think those skills have translated over very well into the randomizer here. This is going to end up being close to a sub 50 time, which is incredible. Again, the average for this randomizer is like 80 minutes. We'll also see if we can get both of these runners on for some post-match commentary. I think Vlado's in a good position to wrap it up right here. You're not even going to bother with the handful of Chaotic Realm checks. Vlado feels... Oh, hang on. One more. Nah, Khaled Bulg is not so good. It's a good weapon, don't get me wrong, but unfortunately Chaos does resist Dark Elemental weapons, so not so useful here. So yeah, final sword against Chaos. It's as good as it looks. You gotta get used to the backdash cancels, but once that's out of the way... Yeah. These things have 3,000 HP each. There's like 10 hits if you can get a double hit in each time. Should be pretty quick here. Nice, okay. I'm curious what kind of strat Vlado's gonna go for in Chaos 2. I'm expecting either a 3-eye strat or a 4-eye strat. With Final Sword, you can knock out all the eyes pretty quick, so not a bad idea either way. Okay, looks like we're going for a 4-eye here. The way this works, by the way, for every eye you defeat, the defense of the core drops quite a bit, and the core is the real boss here. Got 3,000 HP as well. Really good Manticore damage here. And time for Vlado. Outstanding finish, 48 minutes. Very well played, GG. We quickly ask if Vlado and Grady would like to join us for some post-game thoughts. Grady has elected a forfeit, but GG's to Grady as well. This will be the final match for them, but we hope to see them back for future Aria races. Alright, so it looks like Vlad is going to be joining us momentarily here. Hey, what's up, Vlado? Congrats on the win.
Hey, Jupiter, thank you.
Well, I think that was some pretty fantastic play, but tell me how you feel like you played overall.
I like my play overall on the first race. The second one, not so much. I died a couple times, and I'm not a fan of my exploration order in the castle. But overall, I'm pretty happy that I got to do a lot of Manticore fighting. That was very fun.
Yeah, those new strats paying off big, I think. Let's see here. Oh, I suppose you get your thoughts. You know, we had 2 Panther seeds back to back, which is a little uncommon. So you ended up with a 48-minute time in this second race, which is exceptional. How do you feel like Panther influenced how you approach the seed?
Uh, I wouldn't say that Panther like influences my approach. It's for me, it's just extra speed. I tend to do the areas in about the same order or follow the same instincts when I explore the castle. It was definitely pretty lucky to get Panther twice. I heard that Gray didn't find the Panther in the first in the first race too early.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tucked away at the top of the starting warp point, and I didn't have a soul at the time to pick it up, so that was a big advantage for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The second seed was very funny, like with Panther right away, and all the books were also available super early.
Hmm Yeah,
I'm
the book
sure
look
there
was
was
pretty good, wasn't it?
yeah. I'm sure there was a really, really fast time to be had on the seed, like with superior play, like sub 40 for sure.
Well, overall, I think you did an excellent job. You'll be moving on in the losers bracket. How are you feeling overall about the remainder of the tournament,
Uh,
confidence-wise?
I feel confident. I feel like my Aria skills overall have improved pretty a lot since start of the tournament. So I'm not sure who's next. Is it Simply? I think maybe.
Let me actually double check. I've got the bracket here. One moment. Yeah, it's going to be Simply next up.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm very motivated to crush this loser bracket and meet you in the finals.
Fantastic. Excellent. Well, if people want to follow you, what's the best place? How can they reach you?
Yeah. Best place would be my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/vladotheimpaled, and you can find a link to my Twitter there. But mostly Twitch, I'd say.
Excellent. Well, big congrats again. Very entertaining race, and thanks so much for joining.
Oh, thank you for cutting, and thanks everyone for watching. And GG's to Grady. Yeah.
Speaking of Grady, let me actually reach out to Grady and see if he would also like to join. Love to get their thoughts on how the races went. One moment. Okay, looks like they are interested. Okay, one moment. I think Grady's going to join us momentarily here.
Hello.
Hey, welcome, Grady.
How's it going?
GG's. Curious how you feel like the races went. Definitely some tougher seeds overall, I think, in terms of equipment.
Yeah, the second one was definitely a lot tougher. The first one, having Dracula's tunic right there at the beginning was pretty nice. So
That's true, yeah. But yeah, I feel like the healing situation wasn't necessarily the best across both seeds. I feel like these were probably a little bit harder than average. But yeah, tell me how you feel like overall about your play.
that first seed, I feel like I could have done a lot better. I think I did have Nightmare already. When I went past the Black Panther, so I could have gotten it a lot earlier in the run, but I just didn't realize I had Nightmare.
Mhm.
That second seed, I just couldn't find any defense items to keep myself alive. So
Yeah, it was tough. I feel like a lot of the strats you were using for the bosses were very good. You know, solid strats. It's just, you know, if you find late game bosses early, they hit hard. It's tough to survive, you know?
yeah.
But overall, yeah, I feel like you played great. How'd you feel like you enjoyed the new randomizer here? Any thoughts on some of the new settings we were adding for the tournament?
I think it was pretty fun. This is the first time I've done the tournament before, so
Well, we very much hope to see you again next time. If people wanted to kind of follow you, give you a shout out, what would be the best place to reach you?
well, I do have my Twitch and I do have Twitter. They're both Grady219, so you want to follow either of those?
Sounds good. In fact, I'll post the commands here real quick. Yeah, please do give both of these runners a follow. I think they put on a great show for us today. You can also follow me if you enjoyed this commentary. And let me quickly check and see when the next Aria match is going to be scheduled here. I believe we have one coming up pretty soon. So nothing official on the schedule yet, but I know that we're going to have a couple races coming, if not later this week, then early next week. So yeah, lots more to come. And thanks very much for watching today, everybody.